seats, I would do this incredibly scientific random way of selecting, so I had a dice. Look at this. You can buy anything on an app these days. So, seat number 2. Congratulations. I told you, if you did this, I would hand you a nice, crisp $20 bill. Not my room key, that's another different thing. Aren't you glad I told you to sit down for the short presentation? There you go. You're welcome. So my name is Frethem and this is William Wilson, and believe it or not, we are both actual employees at AppSense. We are actual engineers who work with this product day in and day out. So you're going to get an opportunity to learn from what might be some intelligent people. I don't know. It's probably pretty subjective. So I wanted to start it out by talking about a lot of our customers come to us for a bunch of different projects because our AppSense platform does a lot of different things. It's very difficult for me to talk about all the different things that AppSense does in a short 5-minute presentation, but I wanted to put these up here for you, so if you know you're going through any of these types of projects and you have any questions about how we can help with that, we have demonstration stations all around this booth with engineers that can tell you all about it and show you the product in action. But for this, I wanted to do something a little bit more specific. So I wanted to ask a question to you guys. What type of response do you have when a user does something like this? Right? Yeah, that's not a very big fun event. Or just, do me a favor, sir. Can you do me a favor? You can take that and throw that against the ground, please. Yeah.
All right, somebody's going to actually throw that.
Who really wants to throw this to the ground? Who's that guy up there? Come on up. Yeah, come on up. Have some fun. However you want to do it. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about, right? So, needless to say, the reaction, if you want to keep it as a souvenir, go ahead. So, needless to say, the reaction you probably have is something along those lines, right? It's probably a word that I shouldn't be repeating in a booth. Well, the second part I want to ask you about is when I say the term migrate, or if I say the word migration, what's the first word that comes to mind? Anyone? Back up? Back up? Why? I've been working in the end-user computing industry for over 15 years. Let's just say I have certifications, multiple certifications in Windows NT 4.0 to kind of date myself a little bit. And anytime I've gone through a migration, such as an XP to Windows 7, or a 2003 to 2008, or a physical to virtual migration, it's always been a headache. It's always been a difficult thing to do because we have to pick up the information for that user and move it to that new location. And that can be very difficult to accomplish. But what AppSense tries, and this in general always a pain for both sides of the fence, right? From an IT perspective, we need to give these things to the user so they have them, so they can be productive. And the users themselves, they want to be able to do things like keep that picture of their cat on the background of their laptop. When that thing gets smashed like that, just be impressive. They want to have all their data back on it when they get the new one to work with it. So that's what AppSense tries to do. We try to take the pain out of those migration events, out of those big fix events. And we do that by picking up and moving those files to the user, picking up and moving those user settings, centralizing that in the data center for you, so when they come in with another device, they have that all sitting there ready, waiting for you, making those migrations absolutely effortless. But I don't want you to just take my word for it. Like I said, I have my lovely assistant, Vanna White, aka William Wilson over here, who's going to show you how this works in action. So let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, so I'm going to move my lab over here live in real time. So again, showing you this is a real demo. Just as Steve mentioned, what we're going to do is take some data from this endpoint on the left. I'm going to move it into a public share. We're going to watch it sync. Go over here on the right-hand side and access that data. So quite simply, we're going to go into this folder. We have My Documents, and yes, there's folders, there's files in there. We're going to copy that. I'm going to drop inside this public share into a single share folder. All right, so we're going to drop this in here. Our agent's going to realize that now data here is not going to sync. Okay, a little bit of a flash, a little bit of a circle there. Now we're syncing that data over. The sync is done. That's about an 18 meg file. Now I come back over here to the right-hand side. I can go into my public share, go to my sync and share folder, and we see just completed sync. Now it's one way to get data from one spot to another. Now, this was a manual process. The solution for an enterprise customer, of course, will be all automated. You don't have to worry about going in and moving things around. It's all going to be done for you.
We're actually going to pick up that desktop, those desktop documents, the My Documents, anything in your libraries. We'll pick up that data, move it automatically for you.
Right. We have an optional methodology to go to a URL so people can access the data from anywhere, or from an Android, iPhone, any processing want to use to get their data. Now, we've got data from one spot to another. Now, what about a user's application or settings? So when this user opens up Microsoft Word, you can see they've got black borders, this is a customized experience. Let's say now they've migrated somewhere else and they say, I want to go back to a different setting. I want to go back how it was a long time ago or when it was originally installed. So what we can do is go into our management console. So our management console is right up here for you. I'm already logged in. This is just profile. I have a two-man profile. It's an Office 2007 user is living in the past. When we go to Office 2007, you see we've collected some snapshots of how this application has looked over various points in time. We want to go back to how it originally looked for this user. So it's as simple as click, restore, done. I'm not going to create an archive for this user. And that's it. So now when I go back to this user's endpoint and launch Microsoft Word, what was a black background is now a blue background. Note there was no log in, no log out. No network bandwidth, no constraints. This will work. That's pretty good, right? So this will go for a physical environment, virtual environment, it doesn't matter. If it's a Windows endpoint, we can manage this. A high level, that's our data sync and share. That's our methodology of going the user settings back. Very, very quickly, live in real time. Back over to Steve.
And just to point out too, we're not taking this information, moving this out in the cloud. What we're actually doing, we're picking up this data. We're putting that right in your data center for you, using your existing infrastructure. We're using your existing file share. So when you pick up that user data, you can put it right in the infrastructure you already have, rather than have to prop up something entirely new to accomplish this task.
We also have filters where you don't want us to sync and share if we can use EXE. We can make sure you're only syncing what you want, where you want it to be.
Exactly. So I always say, don't take my word for it, take the word from our customers. So we had a customer out in Texas that put this into place, and before when they were doing that number, that actually sounds pretty good to me. In the past, when we were always doing these kind of things, it might take a lot longer than that for me to get a new laptop with all my data on it, all my information on it. But now they're saying is with the AppSense software, they go, they install the AppSense software on that device, and when they come back, it's done. All their information is right there waiting for them. So this is explaining to you a few pieces of what we consider the comprehensive UEM platform, or user environment management platform. And we really feel like in order to truly manage that user experience, you have to have all 6 of these tenets of these pieces to accomplish that. If you contrast that versus some of the other free tools that are out there that help you manage this environment, we don't think you're going to be able to truly manage that user experience without having all 6. What's next for us? We're happy to announce that later this year we're going to be releasing our version 10. We're kind of like Microsoft, we're currently on version 8. We decided to skip 9, just go directly to 10. But it's going to be a community-enabled, simple, powerful, and cloud-first appliance that's not only going to be able to manage that user environment in the data center, but we're also going to be able to do that in the cloud as well. In closing, we're not just a global leader in UEM. We invented this technology. We've been doing this for 15 years. We're the best at what we do. If you want some more information, I once again encourage you to go to any one of these demonstration stations so you can see more about our products. Go place a roulette. Make sure you get your entries into the drawing. We're giving away $2,500, and we'll be doing that drawing tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thanks a lot for coming today. Have a great afternoon.